Hello there, Whovians, and welcome to a very special review by me, the Obsessed Whovian 95. Today, well, I thought I'd do something different and review something in the Doctor Who universe that isn't canon. And I decided that I'm going to be taking a look at 1993's Dimensions in Time. Now, this was supposedly the 30th anniversary special for the show, because it was released in 1993. That was the 30th anniversary year for the show, because it started in 63. What we were originally meant to get was a story called Lost in the Dark Dimension, and apparently the BBC tried to get this done. Something happened, it just didn't fall through. What that plot was going to follow was the fourth Doctor would return. Tom Baker would have come back as a fourth Doctor, and he would have been the main Doctor of that story. And the story would have gone, what would have happened if the Doctor didn't regenerate in Logopolis? It all sounded confusing, and I'm kind of glad they didn't make it. Although the concept images they looked really good. They had these sort of humanoid looking Cybermen. They looked really creepy. But instead, we got a different story. We got Dimensions in Time. And this is a multi-Doctor story, of course, seeing as all the other anniversary specials before this were multi-Doctor stories, like the 3 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, and the 2 Doctors, even though that wasn't an anniversary story, that was just a normal story, which was kind of weird. But anyway, the 30th anniversary saw the return of Jon Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy reprises his role as the 7th Doctor, because at that time he was still the incumbent Doctor. And of course this was supposedly going to be the comeback of Doctor Who, the first time Doctor Who has come back since its cancellation in 1989. Now, I feel towards its cancellation, the show, it was starting to get good again. We started getting good stories again, because I really feel that season 26, the last regular season of Classic Who, I thought it was quite a good season. You had Battlefield, which I quite liked. We had Ghostlight, I found confusing, but that's my opinion anyway. But I heard some people find it confusing. We had The Curse of Fenric, which I love, and also we have Survival, which was the final story of the regular classic era. And it was just a shame, like, it just ended like that. I really wanted to see what would have happened afterwards. But I suppose now with Big Finish, you can listen to what happens after the events of that story. So, in terms of television appearances, this is non-canon. And you know what? I am so bloody glad that Dimensions in Time is not canon. Because I tell you what, I've seen this a couple of times on YouTube. You can just view it on YouTube. You just type in Doctor Who Dimensions in Time, you'll get it. That's if you've not seen it. But I really wouldn't recommend seeing it, because you're going to end up being scarred by it, because it is really a pile of shit. It's just like Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, that video game what I've just reviewed. It's just a pile of shit, because it doesn't make sense. And the plot goes, the first and second Doctors have like been captured Like the Rani. So, Kate O'Mara, the late Kate O'Mara, comes back as a Rani in this story. She makes her third appearance as a Rani after the Mark of the Rani and Time of the Rani, which, while the Mark of the Rani was alright, we all know that the Time of the Rani gets a lot of stick. It's just crap. So everyone wants the Rani to come back. I'm not really bothered about the Rani, to be honest, because she seemed to be in really bad stories. And this is just beyond bad. It's a joke, this one. It just takes the mickey out of Doctor Who. It just feels rushed and crap. It's just shit. So yeah, the first and second Doctors are kidnapped by the Rani, and the fourth Doctor is in this sort of time eddy again. Why is it every single friggin' multi-Doctor story, bar Day of the Doctor, we have the fourth Doctor who's always stuck in a time eddy? I mean, I know he didn't want to be in the five Doctors, but at least in this Dimensions in Time, he had some involvement, and what they do, they just limit his appearance to about a minute, if that. Might be less than a minute. It's really diabolical. I mean, out of all the Doctors at that time and still now, he's the longest reigning one we've ever had. He played the Doctor for 7 years. Therefore, he should have been in it a lot more. But I don't know, maybe Tom Baker didn't want to be in it that much. Maybe he just wanted to film a little bit, get out of the way, think, right, I'm going to go off and do something else now. Because around that time, he kind of wanted to get away from Doctor Who. Because that's why he left the show in 81. Along with other reasons. Just read up on it on wherever his Wikipedia page, you'll find out some reasons why he left the show, because production change and all that type of stuff. So really, the main Doctors in this are Pertwee. Pertwee makes his final appearance as the third Doctor, and we have Peter Davison, Colin Baker, and Sylvester McCoy making their final appearances as well. Although Peter Davison does go on to reprise his role in Time Crash, the little mini episode from 2007. And it's just all over the place. What happens is the Doctor keeps changing, so it keeps changing over and over again. And where does the main setting of this take place? It takes place in Albert Square, EastEnders, yeah. It sounds like the ultimate crossover, doesn't it? But when I first watched this, I thought, I'll give this a go. About 5 minutes in, I thought, what the hell is this turd? Honest to God, this is beyond awful. It's like every single few seconds it keeps changing all the time. So 1 minute is Jon Pertwee. Oh, then it's Sylvester McCoy. Oh, then it's Peter Davison. Oh, then it's Colin Baker. It's just like, what were they thinking when they wrote this? It was just beyond. Like, what were they doing? It was just, oh, whoa. And it made me think. Some people might have thought this when they were watching this back in '93, and they probably thought, yeah, no bloody wonder Doctor Who got cancelled. I mean, look at this shit. Have a look at this. That's literally the impression I get when I watch this. Even every time I watch it, I think, God, this is so bad. No wonder Doctor Who couldn't get back onto the TV in the 1990s, because the only story from that whole decade that appeared on TV was a TV movie, and, well, that wasn't all that great either. Maybe one day I might review that, but not for now. This, I'm so glad it's not canon, because it's just appalling. It's just an absolute pile of shit. The worst bit is like when when they circle the camera all around the room, so it goes all the way around, all like that. It's just like, it all goes around in circles, and you're just thinking, what is going on? Why? Who is directing this? What are they doing? It's just shit. The direction is shit. The writing is shit. Even the acting is shit. The actors who play the Doctor, they all look so embarrassed to be there. I mean, Tom Baker probably thought, oh, alright, I'll just do this, it's for charity, because it aired for charity, it aired for children in need, which is fair enough. You know, it's good that they did this, and it was just crap. I've said it over and over again, it's just beyond awful. It's cheesy, the acting is terrible from everyone. Yeah, even some of my favourite Doctors and some of my favourite companions are in this. Sarah Jane Smith is in this. And it's just crap. It's... oh my god. If I watch it another time, I'm probably just going to end up going berserk. It's just... oh, it's... if you're a Doctor Who fan, avoid this at all costs. If you want to watch this, then take some alcohol and have some alcohol, get drunk, then sit down, put your computer or whatever on, your laptop, your phone, watch it on YouTube, then you'll see how bad this is, because it's a joke. It makes Doctor Who look rubbish. And it's not, because Doctor Who is, to me, the best show on the television. It's better than anything that's ever came on the telly. Yeah, it's biased, isn't it? But I think we all know it's true, don't we? Some characters, it's set in 2013 or something like that, I can't remember. So it would have been around the 50th anniversary 2 years ago. It's set then. You get some characters from EastEnders popping up here and there as well, and they even had this vote thing, because it was broadcast in 2 parts on that Noel's House Party thing, which was on BBC in the 90s. I have no idea. It was before my time. I was born in 95. This piece of crap came out in 93, so the only thing I know about it is watching it on YouTube, and they had this vote off. Oh, so which EastEnders character is going to help out the Doctor in the second part? And each part, it was around 5-6 minutes each. It was, I think altogether it was about 15 minutes long, so about 7-ish minutes each. You know, they're just like 2 mini episodes into one, and it's just... ooh, it's bad. And the cliffhanger at the end of the first part is crap, because it's like you get all these monsters that just all appear in the Queen Vic. One of them's even a good guy as well, which is odd. And you get a random Time Lord. But the thing I want to bring up is, where the bloody hell are the Daleks? It's supposed to be the 30th anniversary of the show. Yeah, we've got Sea Devils, we've got Cybermen. Where the hell are the Daleks? They're nowhere to be seen. Oh my god, what were they thinking? You've got everything, no Daleks. Plus, why did the Rani have to be the main villain? Why couldn't they just get Anthony Alien to be the Master? Suppose he had other commitments to do, and he probably read the script and thought, oh my god, this is a pile of shit, and he just thought, no, I'm not doing this. Don't blame him really, because it would have suffered a lot, and I feel that the reputation of his Master would have suffered a great deal. And like I said earlier, Irani, she's not really been in good stories. Like, none of the stories have been a masterpiece, have they? Let's face it. So her being the main villain, it did not help anything at all. In fact, it just added to the sheer tedium of this thing, this so-called 30th anniversary special. It's just all camp. It's just all over the place. And how does the EastEnders character save the Doctor? Just pushes someone over and just runs away. That's it. Oh, right, that's what everyone voted for. Pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And the thing that gets me is the companions keep changing as well, but they're not Time Lords. They're just... I'm speechless. I just don't know what to say. It's just... I can understand the Doctor changing, even though it's so bloody annoying, because like you're getting so used to seeing this Doctor again. Oh, it just changed. And it just... it's crap. The worst bit is... I just get the impression that they've rushed it. They thought, right, crap, we have to make this quick, put this out for 30th anniversary, ring up as many people involved in Doctor Who as you can, get them involved. I mean, we get the first meeting of the Brigadier and the Sixth Doctor for the first time, but it's not canon. And I feel that it's just all rushed. You get random appearances from all these characters like Mike Yates and K9. I mean, Mike Yates turns up in Bessie, but how did he know all this was going on in Albert Square? It's just bad. And I really do not know what else to say. I really would suggest avoiding this at all costs, unless you really want to sit down, have a laugh, and just laugh at how bad this is, because I think the only way you're going to truly enjoy this is if you get some alcohol and then you have a few pints, watch this, and then you'll see the sheer terrible nature of this. See, it's not a story. I'm so glad it's not canon. I mean, if it was, it probably would be the worst episode of Doctor Who ever. Or, well, one of them anyway. I'm not so sure about the worst episode of Doctor Who. Maybe one day I might make a list of the worst episodes when I get more subscribers. One last thing, the theme tune. The theme tune for this is bad. What they did, they just used the Seventh Doctor's title sequence, minus the face, the winking face, and it's like this whole techno disco thing, and it's horrible. It's a horrible rendition of the theme tune. It was a 30th anniversary. What they should have done instead, they should have just used the original Delia Derbyshire arrangement, played that, maybe use a different title sequence, because let's be fair, at this time a lot of people didn't like the Seventh Doctor. A lot of people didn't like the Sixth Doctor. You know, the only Doctors that were sort of likeable in this were Jon Pertwee, Tom Baker and Peter Davison. But those Doctors, and Colin, and Sylv, they were just put in and they're just given crap material. And at the end, I really didn't feel that it did the show any justice whatsoever. Oh, and those heads. Don't get me started on those little CGI heads of William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton near the start of it. It's goddamn awful. All the CGI right at the beginning is very bad. I mean, yeah, it's probably a small budget anyway, because it was only meant to be a mini-sode for children in need, but still, you've got to laugh at the quality of that. I mean, even some older stories, proper stories from the classic series, had better special effects than that. So overall, what do I think of Dimensions in Time? I think it is a pile of dog turd. Yeah, so whether I should give this a score or not, I don't know. I'm really tempted to give this a 0 out of 10, but I suppose I'll have to give it a 1 out of 10 just because I'm generous. I don't know what I prefer to watch. This or this pile of crap. Yes, remember our review of that? Yeah, I hate this story. So, I'm not sure what to watch. I might actually watch this story, to be fair, because it's got some classic Doctors in, because that story, The Doctor of the Widower Wardrobe, that did not feel like a Doctor Who episode whatsoever. Whereas this, although it's crap, you get the sense, alright, everything's camp. You've got all these people coming back, all these monsters coming back, even though they're not like memorable monsters. I mean, you got Cybermen and Sea Devils, but where are the Daleks? It just doesn't make any sense. That would probably be the only saving grace of this. You've got some Doctors coming back, even though the acting was shit, and yeah, so steer clear of this. Thank you very much for watching this special review of Dimensions in Time, and if you want me to review any more of these type of episodes or stories that aren't thankfully canon in the show, I mean, if it was canon, I don't know what I'd do. I'd scream because I think, how the hell did this happen? But I'm so glad it's not, because the writers, they were just probably smoking something when they wrote this, you know, something very strong, and it just made them come up with this in about 10 minutes. So, yeah, there you have it. That's my review of Dimensions in Time. Pile of shit. Yeah, so, ta-ra then.
Don't forget to click the link below to subscribe to me, James Croft, aka the Obsesstuvian 95. Have a great day.